What if I told you that some of the most beautiful, heartbreaking, and empowering gay love stories ever made are sitting right there on your Amazon Prime account, and you probably haven't seen half of them? Well, grab your remote and clear your schedule, because today we're counting down 15 gay movies on Amazon Prime that you absolutely need to watch right now. Let's get into it. Number 1, Red, White, and Royal Blue.
All right, fellas, time's up. We gotta get back to. Oh, God.
We're kicking things off with one of Amazon Prime's biggest original hits, Red, White, and Royal Blue. Based on Casey McQuiston's best-selling novel, this film stars Taylor Zachar Perez as Alex Claremont Diaz, the son of the first female president of the United States, and Nicholas Galitzine as Prince Henry of England. What starts as a public rivalry between two of the world's most high-profile young men turns into a secret, passionate romance that could cause an international scandal. The chemistry between the two leads is electric, and the film does something refreshing. It gives us a gay love story that's joyful, hopeful, and unapologetically romantic. It's essentially a fairy tale for the modern queer viewer, and it works beautifully. If you haven't watched this one yet, it should be at the very top of your list. Uma Thurman also shines as the coolest fictional president you've ever seen. Number 2, Brokeback Mountain. There's no list of essential gay cinema that's complete without Brokeback Mountain. Directed by Ang Lee and starring Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal, this film tells the story of Ennis Del Mar and Jack Twist, two cowboys who develop a deep, forbidden love affair that spans 2 decades against the backdrop of the American West. The performances are absolutely devastating. Ledger, in particular, delivers what many consider to be the finest work of his career, a man so terrified of who he is that he destroys everything around him. This movie changed the landscape of queer cinema when it was released, and it remains one of the most emotionally powerful love stories ever put on screen. It's not always easy to watch, but it is essential. Number 3, Uncle Frank.
I'm gay, and so's Wally.
Uncle Frank is an Amazon original that doesn't get nearly enough love. Paul Bettany stars as Frank Bledsoe, a literature professor living in New York City with his partner Waleed, played by Peter McDisey, in the early 1970s. When Frank's father passes away, he and his young niece Beth hit the road back to his hometown in South Carolina for the funeral, with Waleed secretly following behind. What unfolds is a deeply moving road trip story about family secrets, shame, grief, and ultimately, the courage it takes to be yourself. Bettany gives one of his most nuanced performances, and McDisey is an absolute treasure as the warm-hearted Waleed. It's funny, it's heartfelt, and it captures a very specific kind of pain that so many queer people understand: the fear of being truly known by your family. Number 4, Rocketman.
You can do anything you want. You can be anyone you want. And it's going to be a wild ride.
Rocketman is the dazzling musical biopic of Sir Elton John, starring Taron Egerton in a career-defining performance. Unlike many music biopics that play it safe, Rocketman goes full fantasy musical, with elaborate song and dance sequences that blur the line between memory and imagination. But at its core, the film is about a lonely boy from the English suburbs who uses music to escape a loveless home and who searches desperately for connection and acceptance. Elton's relationship with his manager and lover John Reed, played by Richard Madden, is central to the story, and the film doesn't shy away from the heartbreak, addiction, and self-destruction that followed. Egerton doesn't just act the part, he sings every note himself, and it's extraordinary. This movie is a celebration of survival and self-acceptance. Number 5, A Single Man.
I think you're quite ready for life in a glass house.
Drapes, old man.
Tom Ford's stunning directorial debut, A Single Man, stars Colin Firth as George Falconer, a British college professor living in 1960s Los Angeles who is consumed by grief after the death of his longtime partner, Jim. As George moves through what he intends to be his final day on Earth, encounters with colleagues, students, and his closest friend, played by Julianne Moore, begin to crack through his despair. Firth earned an Academy Award nomination for this role, and every ounce of that recognition was deserved. The film is visually breathtaking. Ford's background in fashion is evident in every perfectly composed frame, but it's the raw, emotional weight of Firth's performance that makes this a masterpiece. It's a quiet, devastating meditation on love, loss, and what makes life worth living. Number 6, The Birdcage.
What tone? That sarcastic, contemptuous tone that means you know everything because you're a man and I know nothing because I'm a woman.
You're not a woman.
Oh, you bastard.
If you need a good laugh after all that heaviness, The Birdcage is your movie. Robin Williams and Nathan Lane star as Armand and Albert, a gay couple who own a drag nightclub in South Beach, Miami. When Armand's son announces he's marrying the daughter of a conservative senator, chaos erupts as the family attempts to hide their true selves during a disastrous dinner. Williams is his usual brilliant self, but it's Nathan Lane who truly steals the show with one of the most iconic comedic performances in film history. Directed by Mike Nichols, The Birdcage is laugh-out-loud funny, while also being a surprisingly tender story about family, love, and the absurdity of pretending to be something you're not. Decades later, it still holds up as one of the best gay comedies ever made. Number 7, Cassandro.
I've been beat up, I've been hurt, a lot of doors shut on my face because I was labeled like gay, exotico.
Here's one that flew under the radar for a lot of people, Cassandro. Gael Garcia Bernal stars as Saul Armendariz, a gay amateur wrestler from El Paso, Texas, who reinvents himself as Cassandro, an exotico, a flamboyant character in the traditionally hyper-masculine world of lucha libre wrestling. Based on a true story and directed by Oscar winner Roger Ross Williams, the film follows Saul's rise to international fame as he challenges the rigid expectations of masculinity in his sport and his culture. Bernal is magnetic in the role, vulnerable, fierce, and completely captivating. Cassandro is a story about defying the boxes people try to put you in and finding power in the very thing the world tells you to hide. It's inspiring, it's original, and it deserves way more attention than it got. Number 8, Those People.
You know what's gonna happen, right? When you stop loving me, you're gonna realize what a terrible person I am.
Those People is a gorgeous indie drama set against the glittering backdrop of Manhattan's Upper East Side. The film centers on Charlie, a young gay painter who has been secretly in love with his best friend Sebastian for years. When Sebastian becomes entangled in a family scandal and a charismatic older pianist named Tim enters Charlie's life, he's forced to confront the difference between the love he dreams about and the love he could actually have. It's a beautifully shot film that deals with obsession, privilege, and the painful reality of loving someone who can't love you back in the way you need. The performances are subtle, and the emotional stakes feel real. If you're a fan of slow burn romantic dramas with layered characters, this one is an absolute gem. All right, we're halfway through the list, and it only gets better from here. If you're loving this content, do me a huge favor and hit that join button right below this video. Becoming a member supports PrideFlix directly and helps us keep making content that celebrates our community. Okay, let's keep going. Number 9, My Fake Boyfriend.
Say hello to your new fake boyfriend. What? Cristiano. You are now in a relationship across all social media.
Wait, what?
That's the plan, baby!
Yeah! Woo!
If you're looking for something lighter and more fun, My Fake Boyfriend is a charming rom-com that hits all the right notes. Keenan Lonsdale plays Andrew, a young man who can't seem to stop going back to his toxic ex. To help him move on, his best friend creates a fake boyfriend for him on social media using AI-generated photos, and the fictional boyfriend goes viral. It's a silly premise, but the film leans into the fun of it, and Lonsdale brings genuine warmth and likability to the role. Dylan Sprouse and Sarah Hyland round out the supporting cast, and the whole thing is breezy, feel-good entertainment. Not every movie on this list has to make you cry. Sometimes you just need a cute, light-hearted gay rom-com, and this one delivers. Number 10, Dating Amber.
What the hell are you doing? You're gay.
Gay for boobs? I'm not gay.
Yes, you are. So am I.
Dating Amber is a brilliantly written Irish coming-of-age film set in the mid-1990s. Fionn O'Shea stars as Eddie, a closeted gay teenager living on a military base, and Lola Pettigrew plays Amber, a closeted lesbian. To stop the rumors at school, the two agree to pretend to date each other. But as their fake relationship grows, both are forced to confront the truths they've been hiding. What makes this film so special is its balance of humor and heart. It's genuinely funny, but it also captures the isolation and terror of being queer in a small, conservative community. The friendship between Eddie and Amber is the real love story here, and it's one of the most authentic depictions of that bond between queer friends who help each other survive adolescence. Number 11, Fairyland.
Could never love another girl as much as I loved her.
Who was the man who answered the phone?
That's Eddie Bonnie.
And does he live there too?
Yes. And he has balls.
Fairyland is based on Alicia Abbott's memoir about growing up in San Francisco in the 1970s and 80s with her single father, Steve, who happened to be a gay poet. Scoot McNairy plays Steve, and the film traces the loving but complicated relationship between father and daughter as they navigate life in a vibrant, liberated San Francisco that is soon devastated by the AIDS crisis. It's a tender, beautifully acted story that offers a perspective we rarely see. The child's view of a gay parent's life during one of the most defining eras in LGBTQ history. McNairy is outstanding, and the film doesn't flinch from the pain of the era while still celebrating the love and community that existed alongside it. Number 12, Big Eden.
He's in the hospital.
And you won't wait 24 hours? I'll charter you a plane.
I don't want to be an orphan.
Big Eden is the queer, small-town love story you didn't know you needed. Ari Gross stars as Henry Hart, a gay artist living in New York City who returns to his tiny hometown of Big Eden, Montana to care for his ailing grandfather. While there, Henry hopes to reconnect with his old crush Dean, but it's the quiet, shy Pike, a Native American man who runs the local general store, who unexpectedly captures his heart. What makes Big Eden so unique is the town itself. The people of Big Eden are overwhelmingly accepting and supportive, almost aggressively so, which makes it a kind of queer fantasy in the best possible way. It's sweet, it's hopeful, and it imagines a world where a gay man is simply welcomed home. Sometimes that kind of story is exactly what you need. Number 13, Giant Little Ones.
Alice, wait.
Giant Little Ones is a raw and honest coming-of-age drama about identity, friendship, and the courage to be yourself. The film follows Frankie Winter, a popular high school student whose entire social world is shattered after a sexual encounter with his best friend Ballas at a birthday party. As rumors spread and friendships crumble, Frankie is forced to navigate the complicated territory of desire, reputation, and who he really is. What's brilliant about this film is its refusal to put labels on its characters too quickly. It sits in the discomfort and confusion of adolescence in a way that feels incredibly real. The performances from the young cast are excellent, and the film treats its subject matter with maturity and compassion. It's an underrated film that more people should be talking about. Number 14, Henry Gamble's Birthday Party.
In the morning, take her panties off, and her
This one is a fascinating and quietly bold film. Henry Gamble's Birthday Party takes place over a single day, the 17th birthday pool party of Henry Gamble, the son of a Baptist pastor. As the party unfolds, secrets begin to surface among both the teenagers and the adults, and Henry's own quiet struggle with his sexuality becomes the emotional center of the film. Director Stephen Cohn creates a richly observed portrait of faith, repression, and desire, and Cole Doman is remarkable as Henry, a young man caught between the expectations of his religious community and the reality of who he is. The film is subtle and atmospheric, and it lingers with you long after it ends. If you appreciate independent cinema that trusts its audience, this is a must-watch. Number 15, Pride.
Lesbians and gays support the minors.
What's going on?
Thank you.
We're closing out this list with a film that is guaranteed to leave you feeling uplifted, Pride. Set in 1984 during the miners' strike in the United Kingdom, the film tells the true story of a group of gay and lesbian activists in London who raised money to support the families of striking miners in Wales. What begins as an unlikely and often awkward alliance between two very different communities grows into a powerful bond of solidarity and friendship. The cast is phenomenal. Bill Nighy, Imelda Staunton, Dominic West, Andrew Scott, and Ben Schnetzer all deliver incredible performances. Pride is funny, moving, and deeply inspiring. It reminds us that When marginalized communities stand together, extraordinary things can happen. It's the perfect film to end this list on a celebration of courage, compassion, and the unstoppable power of community. And there you have it, 15 incredible gay movies on Amazon Prime that deserve a spot on your watch list right now. Let me know in the comments which ones you've already seen and which ones you're adding to your queue tonight. Thanks so much for watching PrideFlix. I'll see you in the next one.